is a mid-season check-in. So we're going to be going through each and every character. We're going to be talking about the episode as well. So that's how we're going to be doing it today. Fam, we have over 55 people in the building. Definitely hit that like button for us, fam. Definitely, if this is your first time, hit that subscribe button. Let's move on to Noma Asaju. Is that how you say it? Asahu or Asaju? It's not Spanish. Asaju. She African, English, African, whatever. All right. I'm going to start with you, Ashley. Ashley, what at this point in this mid-season, how do you feel about Effie? What are your thoughts? On Noma. What are your thoughts on Noma? Is she the menacing character that they played her out to be? What are your thoughts?
No, no. And I really hate that for her. I was hoping when we saw her, she was going to be an independent woman of the 90s, of the 2000s, right? I thought we were going to get that, but every scene we see her is centered around a man. Right? What can this man do for me? What is this man going to do to protect me? This man is checking me. And I really don't like that, sis. If you big and bad, when Zion came up rapping, calling you all out of your name, oh, I'll have your tongue, cut it out. No, man. Let's see you big and bad. Not to those who are indebted to you and are your underlings in your organization, but to real threats and peers on the street. So I didn't like that. I also don't like to see her dropping her draws here and there randomly. You know, she and Davis was who I wanted to see together, but now that you done busted it wide open for Dadgum Kane, that's icky. After he just defended you in your honor in a cage match and all that, Davis says two good things to you, and you're that same robe. You ain't even bothered to change robes, sis. You didn't even put on a new set. I don't like how they're portraying her. Again, I feel like her character had the most potential. I would have wanted to see her in all of her elitism and all of that, just as vicious on her own, outside of saying, "Oh, I don't need a man," but you do. You know what I mean? She, out of one side of your mouth, you're saying, "I don't need a man." Out of the next one, "I need you to do this." I just don't. I don't like it. And again, I really wanted to love her. I think she's beautiful. I think she brings a presence, but I just don't like how she's being centered at this point.
You ain't saying nothing but a word. EJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, so definitely a lot of similar thoughts as far as Noma is concerned. When Noma first came in this show, she came in with such a huge presence. I was like, oh, finally, we're going to get this real female, Black female, you know what I'm saying? Woman of color female that's about to be out here just doing the business. Like, I was excited for Noma. And I ain't even gonna lie, I was kind of rooting for the villain. But then they did this thing where we didn't see her for like forever in the thing. And then she pops back up. But when she pops back up, she pops back up with so much less than what we saw in the beginning. She became almost like, are you really supposed to be this big queen pin that's supposed to fly under the radar, but you're supposed to be ruthless at the same time? It's like Ash said, she does this with people like Obi and the people that work for her, but that's not enough. It got to be the people outside. That's where you get the fear from. Is the people outside of you can't fear you if they don't know that when you come into the room that you are that girl, you know what I'm saying? That woman, rather, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? The way that Zion punked her, I get that you're trying to hide your presence, but there is no world where a character like Noma, the way that she has been built up, should have stood for what Zion did. And there's no world where a character that's supposed to be this representation that Noma is supposed to represent should even be sleeping with Kane. Like, she should know that that's not even the route to go. I absolutely wanted to see her with Davis. I feel like if you just need to get your rocks off and all that good stuff, you do it with Davis. You know what I'm saying? Not with Kane. And I felt like those were all the wrong moves. It feels like she's moving emotional, and I just hate that concept or that idea that we got to move emotionally. Yes, we all have emotions because we all know that anger is an emotion too. Just shout out to the fellas. But what I'm saying is that why we got to have so much emotion when you supposed to be this, you know, this big queen pin? Like, no, we got to put that stuff to the side. Rock, Monet, honestly, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Monet, but she moved harder than Noma at this point, in my opinion. Just putting it out there.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm with y'all ladies. And somebody said it. Let me see if I can find it here. Somebody said once, the picture, she pretty much started lapse. I'd have died for years, you know. and she was like, she was leaning on him a lot. So I don't like the sleeping in this thing. I don't. I think maybe she thinks it's a power because we know, what I'm saying, it can be powerful in many ways. You know what I'm saying? The P has lifted up kingdoms and have this kingdoms in many different ways. Say that a couple of times, but yes, I wanted more for her. Yeah, she coming across as, to me, I don't think y'all said it, but I'm gonna say it. She came across very, very weak. You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted her to be strong. I wanted her to be good. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Ashley? Good? Okay.
Better.
Thank you. So I wanted her to be strong. I wanted her to be, like ruthless. I wanted her to be, just the person that she started off with, cutting off hands for a ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, she displayed a little bit of that when she hit up Obi in the neck with the thing. But other than that, it was just, all right, you're just sleeping around and kind of whack. For her to actually have to lean on Kane. Kane? Really? Out of everybody, she got to lean on Kane. But then it makes sense because Kane is in the street. I didn't know he had a little bit of pull like that. But again, it's how the name has been out there. Monet has put up the name. Lorenzo's put up the name, and we'll get into that. But yes, speaking of Kane, let's go ahead and get to that. You know what I'm saying? So question. I should have asked this. I'm going to ask this now because I've added some questions as well. And here it is. We're going to be doing this throughout the live discussion today. So in your opinion, I'll go to both of you and the audience. Is Noma standing on business or not even close? Ashley, is Noma at this point in this mid-season finale, is she standing on business or not even close?
Child, what business? At this point, I'm trying to still figure out what the heck Noma is really trying to do. She can't focus on her own organization and branching out with the senator because she's worried what everybody else is doing. Noma, focus on the thing. Make the main thing the main thing. Forget Tariq. Forget their little parties at Stansfield. It's like, girl, move on with your life and focus. I guess she's trying, but she's just caught up in the sauce to me. Nothing she's doing it is focused and intentional on her end game, which was supposed to be expanding to New York, broadening her business, getting away to move the blickies, all that stuff. She worried about what these little college kids are doing. Girl,
right.
Find something to do. Seriously.
That part.
Right. Standing on business or not even close, EJ?
Not even close. If your biggest op is, like Ash said, a college student, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, at the end of the day, even if you don't take Tariq out, like, even if you don't take him out, that's fine. But why are we so obsessed? Why are we so putting so much involvement in it? To be fair, you're supposed to be this big, right? You're supposed to be this big. You have all this product. You have this big network. Why in the world is Tariq even a problem at this point? Why are we putting all this energy into it? Quite frankly, you could just flood him out or whatever they call it. Like, you could just make it to where he can't do business. Like, that's what she should have been able to do. She should have been so big that Tariq should have been able to do business on campus. But yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
But I think that's why she came to Effie and why she's so stern on Effie, because that's supposed to be her turf. So now that she's running around, I'm gonna take care of this personally. Okay, all right, sure. Like, she likes to bark orders from the background, and he ain't even moving nothing. All right. Let's move on. Off of Noma, we got other people to get to.